in now, though, so all is well.
Indeed it is. And the spawns are up as well. Kooryuu in green versus Mot in orange. Kooryuu spawning by a crevasse, which is water-filled. Mot spawning in the middle of a bunch of mountains there.
We've got this fantastic little choke point here, although I don't think this is probably going to function unless Mot is particularly aggressive with this game, and you've got this inside knowledge of these fantastic and exciting tactics he's planning to build. We've got this little choke point in the middle here, which if Mot is aggressive, he can push Kooryuu back into it, and actually going around that is a very long endeavour indeed.
Mot definitely is aggressive.
That he
now,
is.
As soon as I stop lagging, I'll be able to give a little bit of insight.
Right. I'm just going to, while you're fixing up your internet, Kooryuu has gone for bot factory first. He's got some early grenadiers out. The commander is idle for a little bit too long there. He's obviously going very early grenadier push. Mot has forsaken the bot factory, and that means he's not going for early combat fab, so he's obviously going against the meta here, Marshall, and I'm sure you'll keep me well informed on that.
Indeed.
What's he up to?
Right, so what Mot will be doing now? He is sending out his skitters to find the spawn of Kooryuu, and now that he's got those skitters out, he is...
Try again. You've just cut out again. Sorry.
Oh, for goodness sake. Skitters, going to scout for the spawn. Tanks coming up to follow. And once they have found the spawn, the tanks will be going in the right direction. Now, Mot likes to sort of build up slow and steady, rather than hurry up with combat fabs, because he finds he loses what's going on a lot faster if he does combat fabs. Although he does admit that he doesn't get the early econ boost. But look, he's already...
He's already what now?
He's already on 3 vehicle factories. I'm really lagging this game. Why this game so much? Why?
You've not been too bad. Usually you go full robot first, but at the moment you're just sort of cutting straight out. Anyway, so we've got these tanks now coming up here. What's he doing with those?
I can't see, nothing on my screen has moved in a minute. There we go. I'm not sure if he's even seen where the spawn is. Indeed he has. There we are. Just checking. So now he knows where this stream of ants is supposed to go. And indeed now the ants moving in. They're about to take out the combat fab. If they can get off the hit, there goes the combat fab. There goes the fabber as well. That's a big loss early on for Kooryuu. He does, however, have a combat fab left in his base. But you see this stream of vehicles now just moving across, and of course Kooryuu, who has been investing in those combat fabs, hasn't really got many aggressive units on the field. So at this point Mot controls the game pretty much. He's going to be able to expand.
That was a very, very expensive loss very early on. His tank's at the moment static for some reason. I think they may have been attacking a unit which then got destroyed, so they lost their orders.
Yeah, as soon as Mot realises this, they'll all start moving. There we go. Commander moving out onto the front lines now, bringing up a vehicle factory. Though at this point, Kooryuu is still ahead in metal and energy production. Mot really needs to start to expand.
Which, I know, unfortunately he's got the early advantage, although he did lose that little expanding force there. I'm sure he'll get another one up soon. There it is, a second expansion force going back towards the rear. He's probably seen, I'm just going to switch his view, he's seen the tanks skimming past. He's probably panicking a bit here.
Yeah, indeed. Although Mot at this point does not want to engage that commander directly, because he's only got a few tanks there. Really not commander attacking material. I suspect he might even be attempting to find some expansions that he may be able to raid. Though at this point, you see, what Mot is doing is he's coaching Kooryuu's commander away from his front lines.
And that's his main defensive unit. So meanwhile, while he's running after those, he's got another wave of tanks coming in here to sweep through and mop up his base and economy.
Now, while Mot was trying to sort of teach me the game earlier, because I really struggle with keeping up with everything that goes on, he did notice that I was using lots of prongs for my attack,
combat
and lots of different unit types.
You just lost another combat fabricator.
Oh wow!
Sorry, carry on. Had to interrupt that because that was noteworthy.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm still lagging behind, so I'm not really up to speed on what's going on in the game, which is really starting to annoy me. But yes, he's...
Minute 5, and we're already, I think, towards GG territory here.
Oh, definitely. Mot has all the vehicles. all the vehicles, and this is without a
Without a what, sorry?
combat fabricator. He's only just got one out.
Without a combat fabricator, right.
But there is a Bumblebee out desperately trying to do stuff, but yeah, the commander just sat there with a single factory, really basic economic structures as well. Although Kooryuu is expanding around the other side of the planet, which is good to see.
But unfortunately, Mot has got a skitter up there. He knows exactly what's going on. If he so chose, he could probably send some stuff over there. I think he's choosing to ignore it and just go in for the kill on the commander, surrounding him with tanks. He can't move, he can't run away, and if he does, he'll be spotted. So he's in a really compromised position here. I think it's a case of seeing what fanciful and inventive ways Mot can come up with to finish him off. Are we taking bets? Suggestions in the chat. Inferno's getting rather too close to the metal points there. Bomber's managed to take out one, however, there's two there.
Down they go.
There it goes. If he gets that last metal extractor as well, yeah, bye-bye.
Kooryuu has mechs on the other side of the planet. He has a lot of mechs on the other side of the planet, and he even has a couple of bot factories as well that Mot doesn't know about.
But his commander is now
So if
left horribly exposed.
Yeah, as long as that commander keeps moving, he might just be able to get away, but Mot is beginning to pull away on eco now. 86 metal plays 51, 5.2 thousand.
Right, let's see. What's Mot up to now? Has he got any other sneak attacks planned, or is it all full frontal here? No, it's all you can see here is that is Mot's grand strategy. He's not quite got enough units yet to finish off that commander. However, he now has utter command of this game. There's a few factories up here for Kooryuu, but I don't think they're going to be enough. He's insisting on building more of these bot fabricators, expensive as they are. He's obviously trying to expand again very, very quickly, but he's managed to cripple his energy economy.
Yeah, not what you want to do when you're on the back foot. I think at this point you probably just want to neglect the combat fabs. I mean, this is the thing with the meta at the moment. The obsession with combat fabs, I think, blinds you to all the other...
Yeah, I think, as I said in the previous games that we've talked in, combat fabricators are very, very micro-intensive, and players at lower levels really, really do struggle to maintain that micro. I try and avoid using them where I can, because I'm actually not a very good player myself. I get utterly tunnel-visioned, and you lose sight of the grander strategy, and your opponent is able to outflank you. I think, unfortunately, that's been the case for Kooryuu. He's been focusing so much on trying to use those combat fabricators to his advantage that he's managed to lose sight of the greater strategy here. What we're actually seeing now is a migration. Kooryuu has migrated from his initial spawn point here, and he's now heading deep into the realms of the other side of this lake. Mot is meanwhile expanding with a single vehicle fabricator, claiming some more mechs on the other side. He's not going to expand towards him anywhere in the near future, I don't think. But anyway, we have another wave of tanks now coming up from the south, from Mot. That is the south, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Close enough.
I don't know, nothing on my screen has moved in about 2 minutes.
Oh dear. Technical difficulties, as usual. Right, we've got a little wave here. Inferno's in the front line. Kooryuu has some Infernos of his own here. This force is not going to be a massive threat. It might be able to pick off a few bits of health from that commander, though. Again, with the Infernos tanking the damage in the front line, and the Bolos, as they are called at the moment, will be able to pull in and get some damage. He's getting rather too close to that Inferno. Oh my goodness me, that should not have happened. He should be microing that so much better. That commander's going to fall. He's pulled that and... Oh, that was close. That Uber cannon just saved him. Just. That was far more expensive than it needed to be. That was terrible micro there. Where's that gone? Wow. We had a fantastic loop-to-loop Uber cannon there, Marshall. Were you able to see it, or are you still in trouble?
Nothing's moved.
Nothing's moved.
Nothing's moved. I'm going to restart my PA.
Yes, restart your PA. Meantime, we have a little skirmish going on at the bottom lane here. I'm going to pull away this picture-in-picture now because it's not really that helpful. We've got a little engagement going on here. Inferno versus Inferno. Pull those ants away, Mot. Far too close for comfort. Well done. And that's going to now finish him off. I've actually got a sizable force now coming out from Kooryuu. Kooryuu has managed to pull this back exceedingly well, considering how I think resigned we were to his fate early on. And actually, Kooryuu's got a sizable force here, which is able to prevent Mot from really finishing off and moving in for that killing blow. Mot still has obviously the economic advantage here because Kooryuu has had to completely start fresh. But he's done a fantastic job of restarting. Actually, I think in many ways this would have been a better place for him to spawn at the start of the game in the first place. Another force moving in here, low health commander on the front line. There's enough Infernos here to keep them away, assuming they can micro these tanks well enough. There's only 2 ants in this force here, so that's not going to be anywhere near enough to push through this front line here. Mot is attacking on multiple fronts here. We've got a force of spinners moving in to attack his base, of course.
Now I have to check manifest for 5 minutes.
Oh no, Marshall. Couple of little fights going on. What I'm gonna do is set the picture in picture to an overview of, if I can find it, Kooryuu's base here, because you can see here all around the edges you've got these little orange blobs moving in, attacking from multiple angles. That commander is on such low health. All it takes is 1 Inferno to get in there and give him a bit of a lick with his flamethrower, and he's finished. However, as I say, the expansion for Kooryuu going very, very well. He needs to be much more mindful of these combat fabricators. They're far too close to these opposing forces, which thankfully is just spinners at the moment. So I'm not sure what Mot's current view of that particular meta is, but last time I checked, spinners weren't particularly effective base raiders. Another little force coming in here, that's going to hopefully kill off that Inferno before he gets too close. Those ants just chipping more off that health. Drips and drabs, it's all it takes. He gets a couple of units every so often in there, chips off a small amount of health and whittles him down. He really needs to be using some of these Infernos as defensive forces around his commander. We have a nice little push coming in here. These Infernos are being baited a little bit. Although he's dropped the ball, they're going to go in there and lick them, I think. Another little force coming in here. Grenadiers versus ants at the moment is not that good a combination for the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers tend to struggle significantly. And there we are, this is what we were looking for. A nice big force here. Only 2 Infernos on the front line, but enough ants here to really do some quite punishing things to this base. It's just being laid destitute here. Metal extractors, energy production, all falling by the second. Kooryuu has got idle factories as well. He's having to micro so hard just trying to stay alive here. His Inferno's going to come in here, finish off this metal extractor here. But there's enough here to those really need to do an about turn and run away, because those are going to hurt otherwise. It's just absolutely coming in on all fronts here. Small forces just chip away at the base, and there's not a lot left here for Kooryuu. He's playing a losing game here. Unless he can pull something spectacular out of the bag. Spectacular as in cheating in an Uber commander, which can instantly build things. Right. So I'm just quickly checking at the coordination. I need to quickly check if I can cast another bracket. 1 second.
Has the game finished?
No, not yet. I've just been asked to... I think we're going to take Alpha November if we can.
I don't know, I've only just got back into the game because checking manifest takes a
I'm just
stupid age.
being prodded to make a decision on which game we're going to cast next. So 1 second, I've got a nice overview going on here. The players can still see what's going on.
So I'll have a quick sneak peek as well. We could cast AN
That's what I was
if you
looking
want.
for, Alpha November.
Oh, there's
That's
an
it.
explosion.
That's the GG.